a secret experiment in Russia, a bear breaking into a house, or a woman using her own thong as a mask after almost being thrown out of a store. Today we'll show you 10 surprising sequences filmed by cameras. When we talk about generosity, we often tend to think that we have to take out the checkbook. However, there's nothing simpler than to show kindness and generosity without putting your hand in your pocket. Here's a picture of an elderly lady. She's very weak, she has difficulty walking, and she only wants to get into her car quickly to sit down and breathe before going about her business. Bad luck. A puddle had formed between the sidewalk and her car, preventing her from getting in. And while our senior citizen hesitates to enter this damned puddle or to turn back, a truck driver comes to his rescue. He moved his vehicle between the sidewalk and the old lady's car, put his tailgate elevator at her disposal, and gave her a hand to climb onto the platform. Thus, our grandmother finally got her car in the simplest way possible, thanks to the kindness and generosity of this man who took the time to help her. This altruistic act, which was captured by camera, has warmed the hearts of internet users around the world. It also gave back to this lady faith in the youth of today. Here's a delivery driver. He has been delivering packages everywhere for a few hours. He's very hungry, but he has to work at a frantic pace. He can't even stop for a few minutes to buy something to eat, at the risk of falling behind on his deliveries. But that was without counting on the kindness of this family, who very kindly left a surprise on his porch. As he drops off the package, our delivery man comes across this basket filled with bottles of water, several drinks, and various delicious snacks. He's so touched by the lovely attention that he first takes a picture of this beautiful basket before helping himself a first, second, and third time. He is about to leave when he takes another drink for the road. It must be said that this man is very greedy, and even if he lost precious minutes hesitating in front of this basket of sweets, now he's not going to be hungry anytime soon. April the 21st was a more than ordinary day for the teachers at Thong City Primary School in Zhejiang Province, China. After a busy day, it is already 3 p.m. Time to leave the classroom, and also time for the end of the working day for these teachers who just want to go home to rest and be ready for the next day. Unfortunately, everything did not go as planned because a rain shower started and none of the little ones had an umbrella. And on top of it all, parents were not allowed to enter the school grounds to pick up their children because of the coronavirus restrictions. As a result, our teachers found themselves trapped in the school, with nearly 200 tired children rushing home. Fortunately, they came up with an ingenious idea, which is, as you can see, to line up from the school building to the exit door, holding umbrellas. This is how our teachers were finally able to finish the day's work after allowing the 900 students of their school to join their parents without getting wet or sick. It was a hard day for everyone, but thanks to this touching video, showing these teachers holding umbrellas for their students has made them true heroes who have won the recognition of the whole world. In this bizarre video from Russia, you can see a truck make a spectacular maneuver that saved the life of a passerby. Apart from the truck driver's driving skills, what is strange about this clip? That's the question you're asking. To better understand, here's the same sequence in slow motion. No, you still don't see anything special? Well, the first thing that should catch your eye is that this video is timestamped on May the 5th, 2012, while it only surfaced on the internet years later. Secondly, the man who was almost run over by the truck is wearing long black boots and a lab coat, but the odd thing is that he appeared out of nowhere. Now you are disgusted that you didn't notice all these details. But before leaving you to look for an explanation to this surprising clip, I would like to tell you that several internet users have theorized that this man would have magically found himself in the middle of this highway, following a successful teleportation experiment conducted by a secret Russian laboratory. However, this is only one suggestion among others. Now it's up to you to play supernatural detective and come up with your own theory. This man's name is Chris O'Dubraik. He lives in Colorado Springs in the United States. On July the 3rd, 2017, when he goes to bed, he only wants to have a good night's sleep and does not expect at all what he will experience when he wakes up. That's because a thief broke into Chris's house while he was sleeping like a baby. It's only when he wakes up on the 4th of July morning that he discovers that his kitchen is ransacked, with the fridge open and food all over the floor. In a panic, he watches the video recorded by the surveillance camera cameras, and that's when he discovers that while he was sleeping, a bear broke in, helped itself to the fridge, and even wandered around the house for more than 5 hours before leaving. An unusual and terrifying situation, but after contacting the police, they were able to easily find the burglar bear and euthanize it. But even knowing that this bear is dead, I doubt very much that a night will go by without Chris thinking about him again. This young man is a New Yorker named Joey Resto. One winter evening, after a long day at work, he took the subway home. That night, it was very cold, and Joey saw that this homeless man, shirtless, was shivering. He decided to take off his shirt and gave it to the old man. He didn't stop there. He even helped him to put it on and gave him his hat, while all the passengers were running away from this man like the plague, under the pretext that he didn't smell good. When he arrived home, Joey was also shivering from the cold, but he was proud to have been able to help someone in need. And thanks to this video that went viral, showing Joey's selflessness and kindness, the governor invited the young man to thank him and even called him New York's Good Samaritan. You probably know the Marvel superhero played by Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider. And if I tell you that Ghost Rider is not only a fictional hero and that he exists for real, you would certainly want to see him in action, even if you're quite skeptical and you don't really believe in ghosts, even less in those who drive big motorcycles. However, you might change your mind in a few seconds after watching this video filmed by a surveillance camera. As you can see, it's 4 a.m. There's no one in this alley, but this motorcycle goes forward and then turns around before falling off. And until proven otherwise, this could only be the work of a motorcycle ghost like the Ghost Rider. It's pretty scary, isn't it? At least for me. This sequence gives me chills and I imagine it does for you too. But being a skeptic and Cartesian by nature, you think that there must be a logical explanation to this paranormal phenomenon. While waiting for you to conduct your own investigation, I prefer to think that the truth is elsewhere, as Agents Mulder and Scully from the X-Files would say. With the coronavirus pandemic that has affected the whole world, many practices that seemed impossible have become normal. For example, 2 years ago, who thought we could do without handshakes, hugs, and kisses? Or that we couldn't go out without a mask and hydroalcohol gel? But even though all these gestures are part of our post-COVID daily life, some people still refuse to play the game, protecting themselves and those they love. Like this South African woman who decided to shop in a supermarket without a mask. But she was soon confronted by the store security guards, who tried to evict her because she wouldn't comply with sanitary rules. And as you can see in this video filmed by a smartphone of another customer not having a medical mask on her, she puts herself in this ridiculous and especially disgusting situation where she takes off her thong and puts it on her face as a mask. This video has gone viral and it has shamed this woman whose stupidity has gone around the world. But what is sure is that since this incident, she's not close to forget her mask, nor all the other barrier gestures. Nothing is more human than going out and forgetting your keys, cell phone, or wallet. It's probably happened to you at least once in your life, but did you know that it is possible to forget your children? Well, you will tell me that it is impossible unless you are old and have Alzheimer's disease. Then I would say not necessarily. The proof is in these images filmed by a surveillance camera in Ireland. As you can see, this woman is neither old or sick. She is just in a hurry. So she opens the door of her car, puts down her bag, slams the door and drives off in a hurry, leaving behind her little boy. This mom forgot her son. Fortunately, she realizes her forgetfulness a few seconds later as she comes back to get the little boy, who seems to understand nothing. She always grabs him in a hurry and disappears. You see, I told you that you could forget your children. Now at least you can feel better about all the times you forgot your smartphone or your keys. There are worse things out there. Now here is a sequence full of hope, love, compassion and humanity, which was filmed by a surveillance camera in downtown Foz do Iguaçu in the state of Paraná, Brazil. In these images, you can see the young homeless man with a physical disability sitting on the sidewalk and asking for alms from passers-by. The few coins that people want to give him do not allow him to have a decent life, nor to realize his dream of walking one day. But if he wants to have something to eat, he has no other choice than to beg in front of this traffic light. It's sad, but life is sometimes cruel, except when a miracle happens. As is the case for our boy, who is destitute and weakened by his disability, but who has experienced a real miracle miracle. As you can see, a generous donor who wished to remain anonymous fulfilled this homeless boy's dream, giving him a pair of crutches that will certainly change his life. The young boy is so surprised and grateful that he blows down crying with joy before the charitable man to show his gratitude. Then together, they unwrap the crutches and the man who made the donation helps the young boy to stand up. With his act of kindness and generosity, this man gave this young boy hope and faith in humanity after so many years of suffering and despair. Today, we do not know more about the two men, but what is certain is that the life of the young homeless man has changed forever and for the better since he has his crutches. That was 10 amazing camera footages. Tell us in the comments which one surprised you the most. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next content.